What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing tonight? We got Cajun in the house here. I don't know where everybody else is at. Let's see. Yep, just checking to make sure I got my YouTube muted.
When you said that, mine went on. So I had a millisecond to pause it.
Ah. Well, I was supposed to have someone up here tonight and everything, but unfortunately, their plans had to change. And so I was like, okay. Yeah. Still trying to
Hey,
work details out for all that.
hey, Crystal. Hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
I hadn't seen. Well, I saw him last week in somebody's stream. Uh, Daryl's, I think, Friday, and that was about it. I hadn't seen him since.
Hmm.
It's been about 5 days I hadn't seen him, so he's been busy, I guess.
Oh, talking about Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. Oh, that's why. I'll tell him
4 years old.
bark at him, Randy, saying, happy birthday. Hey, cool gamer.
Hey, cool gamer. Rough, 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 rough,
Yep.
rough, 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 rough.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another 2 weeks before I have that special person in.
Mm.
But he's not going to be the only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that computer there you got,
Mm-hmm.
how old is it? That one, not the one you had before, but that particular unit.
Maybe a year old.
Not even that. Unless time's flying real fast, but I don't think it's that old.
It's less than a year old.
Yeah, right. Like 6 months, probably.
Now, it's a little bit longer than that, I think.
Hmm. What kind of warranty they gave you with it? A year or?
Supposed to have a 1 year warranty on it and everything, and yeah. Yeah, we know, Briggs. But like I said, that membership I got on it, because I got the membership at the same time. So actually, it's been a year, just over a year since I've had it.
That one or the other one?
This one, like
Mm.
I said, I got that membership, that Total Tech membership, the same day.
As that unit?
Yep.
Oh,
So it's been over a year. So even the factory warranty's out on it.
oh boy.
Yeah.
But you were having problems and brought it in before your year was up.
Yep.
They
Only
need
one
to they
time.
need to give you another computer.
I only brought it in the one time. If I'd gotten it in on the 10th when it was doing some stuff, yeah, it'd been no problem. But because I got it in there afterwards, warranty and everything expired. Nope.
Yeah, but you did bring it in the first or the second, I think it was. And
I
that's when
know.
they told you a skinny power cord or something.
They didn't know what the problem was.
Yeah, but they did mention a cord though, right?
No, I asked them about it, but they said, well, that could be the problem, but
Oh.
that's not exactly what the problem is. Hey, Spring.
Hey Spring. Hey Scott. So you're going to take all your money out of the bank, Scott?
Here I did.
Already did.
Yeah. He did that for what? last week or earlier this week.
Well, I don't remember him saying that, but a year ago. But I guess it's a smooth move, X-Lax.
Well, I don't remember him saying it either, but hey, I've slept since then.
Yeah.
Damn, he did all 6 accounts. Yeah, that's pretty bad when the banks are wanting to fold up. That's why for me, I've always been told make sure it's FDIC backed
Yeah.
and everything.
Right. Well, when I was young, I remember seeing the sign when I walk into the bank. It was right on the door, by the door handle,
Yep.
on the glass.
Hey, Jason.
FDIC member. Okay. And I asked Mom, I said, what's that? You know, I was like 5, 6 years old. I'm like, what's that? She said, that's where they guarantee you money up to $100,000. If you're a millionaire, then you'd have 10 different bank accounts or 10 different banks with 100,000 apiece in it, and that way your money's covered in case something happens.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So it was $100,000 back then, probably up until I was 20, and then now it's 250,000 coverage.
That's not bad.
But back then it was 100,000. I remember that well.
I wonder if that's why so many millionaires got offshore bank accounts then.
Probably so, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense because they go out to out the Caribbean and everything to do all that. At least they got better coverage probably.
Well, overseas accounts means like Swiss bank account. That's overseas.
Oh yeah.
Abroad,
Right.
And that's on a first come, first served basis only. Yep. And it's probably what they're going to have in the vault at the time. Know what I mean?
Yep.
In the vault at the time. I'm going to put my soldering iron back up right there. Oh, working on that TV board. Man, that thing is ohming parts out, and it's coming up 37,000 ohms. I took a 224, which is supposed to be 2.4 ohms. It's ohming out. Now, this is a microscopic part, okay? A pin head is bigger than this part. I have to look at it to do it with my probes under the microscope.
Damn.
Yeah, look.
That's small.
There's 2 parts in the bottom of this little bitty Ziploc bag.
Yep.
I know you can see one of them, okay? Can you
I
see
see
the
2
other
of
one at the bottom of the bag?
Yeah. I see it.
One's right there, right?
Yep. And the other one's to it'd be my right, your left. Yep, right there.
Look how little that is.
Yeah. I can see it.
And that's the one that's at an angle right here. That's just a regular 4148 high-speed rectifier diode and a regular TO90 package. That's what that one is. It's a glass diode. The high-speed signal diode. It's not a rectifier. It can be used as a rectifier diode, in an emergency, but that's not its job to rectify. But you could do it in a pinch. And yeah, your mattress, Scott. Anyway, that little bitty part that's not even a millimeter long, I think it's 1/3 of a millimeter.
Well,
Anyway, I took that part off. It's supposed to be a 2.4 ohm resistor. It registered at 0.18 meg
hey, my God.
million, like 180,000 ohms, and so that's open. It's
Yep.
open. The one, and I took that off of a resistor that was next to it, and I think they're in parallel together. I checked the one that was next to it, which is supposed to be a 47 ohm or 4.7 ohm, because the line's underneath the 7, and so that line underneath takes the place of an R, which the R takes the place of a dot. So 4.7. Anyway, that one was checking at 38,000 ohms. Now it's checking, I forgot, at uh 6,000. I forgot. I forgot. I didn't turn my meter off. Board's over there. I'll look at it after a while.
Yep.
Not
Well,
one dime in my house can burn. Oh, he got it all in silver. Silver dollars, gold dollars.
yep.
Like in my video today.
Yeah, I
In my
didn't get a chance to
mail
see that
call video.
going on.
That's a sweet little mail call right there. It's sweet.
I gotta watch that one later. I know I got one put out earlier today. I was working on that
Diesel heater.
the knitting machine.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Crystal, she's been doing so much and everything. They tell her, well, you got to do this, on it to do the cleaning. And she winds up watching a video and she winds up doing everything, gets it all taken apart, and somehow it wouldn't go back together correctly.
Oh boy.
Like, okay, she was upset with it. I mean, it was kind of like what happened to me and that laptop and everything. She goes, I better walk away before the same thing happens to it.
You should have took a video of you taking it apart, or you taking a video of her taking it apart. That way, you know exactly how to put it back together.
Well, as I was going to say, or trying to say, is the fact that she sent me the link of a video that she was watching. Okay. So I wound up watching it and everything. I actually got it out here to the garage, and I actually do have the video where I did take it apart, cleaned it, put it all back together, and got it working.
Oh, so you did get it going.
Yeah.
Good. Yo, Mike Hines, what's up, mon ami? And there's my honey, Miss Missy, the cat.
There's Missy.
And Jason Summers, what's up?
Yeah. But yeah, I got the video of it and everything up, and actually loaded the same video up on her channel. So same video is on both her and my channel. But I got it working. She goes, man, it seems to be working a lot better than what it was brand new. But she likes it. It's a lot smoother and everything. It's like, yeah. And she was even saying how it didn't even have the little hiccup in it. It doesn't feel, doesn't have that when she's turning it. It doesn't feel like where it's wanting to skip and everything or hang up. I put quite a bit of that lithium grease and everything on it.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Yep.
It's slicker than owl shit.
Now, one thing that people were saying was do not use like regular motor oil or like 3-in-1 because all this is plastic and that will actually deteriorate and make the plastic more brittle where it'll break.
Yeah.
What's up, Patrick?
What's up, Patrick?
So they were saying use that, white lithium. And it's like, okay, I knew I had some of that around here. So I went and found the can, and I had one of those little bottles and everything still in the house. It was of course I would gone to I think Dollar Tree, and they had some of those little jars of different jellies and everything that they were wanting to clearance out. Saying, "Hey Wayne," um, but
Hey,
yeah, they
Wayne.
were I think maybe 2 or 3 for like $1 at the time, and they were different flavors. And so taking one of those, and took my can, sprayed it inside of that. I just dipped the a Q-tip, a cotton swab down in there, and after I got everything cleaned up, I just started uh putting that lithium grease on everything, and I redid the all the pins, each one individually, put them in there, put it all back together, works fine.
I wonder if they sell lithium grease, like little tubes at the Dollar Tree.
That I don't know.
That would be, that's next time we pass by it, I'm gonna have Missy stop and I'm gonna get down and look. She's gonna get down herself too. But
Right.
because that's one of her favorite places. But she doesn't go there often, but it's one of her favorite places to go because everything's used to be $1. Now it's $1.25 or something like that.
Right.
So if they would have little things of lithium, that would be the bee's knees, the snitch right there, because I'd pick up a couple of little, it's good for light bulb when you put a light bulb in
Oh yeah.
on a parking light or a signal light on your vehicle.
Yep.
That's good for that. A lot of stuff,
Right. But anyways, I wound up, like I said, I put it all back together, and oh man, she's happy with it. I mean, I got her, got it put inside and everything, got her in. That's okay, check it out. And she goes, "Wow, it's so much smoother." So don't know exactly what it was, but yeah. Now I will say this: that the counter that works on it from the factory, it's working and everything to an extent, because she got that little digital one that she put on there, and it was showing like 7 revolutions, but the counter on the machine was only showing 4.
Hmm.
So the counter on the machine's not working the way it should be. Don't know why.
That or both of them, one's different than the other because you got a smaller radius on one and a bigger radius on the other one. So
Nope. They're all coming off that big outside radius and everything, but the one that she got, it's you got part of it sitting here, and she's got the magnet glued to the wheel, so every time it goes by, that magnet's sending that signal to the counter.
oh, sensor, yeah, okay,
Yeah, there's a
gotcha.
sensor on there, but like I said, I ran it and it was showing like 7 or 8, revolutions, but the actual counter, it was only showing like 4.
What's a bag bomb, Scott? What's it made out of? Beeswax or something? Bee bomb? Yeah, I've been around the house shit. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Me and my I've been having trouble with my camera here lately
Ah,
because I got that microscope camera hooked up, and
that's
I
why.
changed spots for my that USB strip. I
Right.
changed spots to plug that in. What I need to do is cut some tape. I got some shipping tape that's 2 inches wide. I need to cut like ½ inch wide, some scissors, and put it around that USB plug, maybe 2 wraps around that USB plug that plugs into the port on the computer, and that'll make it a little tighter where it doesn't move. Because I like the USB port, the hub. There's 7 places, and you can turn each one off, and they have a blue LED light for each one that you turn on. I only have 2 in there right now.
Right. He stands for chap
These
lips.
2 cameras.
So it is a bee's balm. Yeah. of like that Burt's Bees. That's what he was
Look it
talking.
up. It's for chapped lip and dry skin. Oh hell, I got some of that right here.
Yeah. Now I was actually thinking of. Yep. I know about that one. I was actually thinking about maybe using some of that Minwax on there.
Hell, yeah. Oh, yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Because that's the stuff you put on table saws. That's right at the same thing, I think, for as table saw wax.
Yeah. That's what they were saying when I got that joiner.
Here, there.
Is put paste wax and everything on there, and it said it'll make it that wood and everything slide. And before I got it for when I put that vanity together, the only thing I had was some regular candle wax. I'm using that, but that was not it was helping some, but it didn't make the wood want to slide on there very easy. But as soon as I got that paste wax and everything, I went over it.
Yeah, put that on the bottom ends, that hit the floor on the plywood. All the wood that goes around that hits the floor. Put you about 4 or 5 coats of that wax on there. Let it cure, dry up and cure for 4 or 5 hours. Put another coat. Let that cure. Rub it in real good, and that'll keep the moisture out the ends of that plywood. I mean that wood, because that's real wood. That's not plywood. That's real wood.
Well, plywood is real wood.
Yeah, but it's veneer. It's all
Oh yeah,
stacked up and glued on top of each other. I know how they make plywood. They got a plywood Georgia Pacific plant right down the road in Oakdale.
Yep. But I got to put some more of that on there, and a couple other things. Matter of fact, I got the sink and everything all hooked up to it. Turned the water valves and everything on. Opened up both the valves on the faucet. Brand new faucet. And within a couple of minutes, it totally shut off. No water was coming out. Like, what the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah, there was so much rust and corrosion and everything still in the pipe. It literally got in the little at the end of the faucet and everything. It literally had that whole thing clogged up.
Yeah, that little screen you undo. Yeah.
Yep. So I had
every
to take
time
that
we
whole
have a
thing.
freeze, over here, if the pipes freeze, okay, this past time, no, I wasn't about to let the pipes freeze and my water heater go to crap.
Right.
When the pipes freeze and they thaw out, you turn the water back on, that freezing water, it knocks all the rust or scale or whatever you have in your pipe. It knocks all that loose, and all that gets caught in your toilet thing.
Oh yeah.
Your screen on the sink, kitchen sink, bathroom sink. It don't affect the bathtub, because there's no
Right.
screen on the end of that. That's that much free flow,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it gets up clogged up, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta do this again.
I took that screen and everything off, and I took it all apart and got it all cleaned up, put it back on, and everything's working fine.
It'll even get your knobs, like under. So you got to actually take the knob off with that one middle screw, and take the stem out.
Oh yeah.
Now, in order to do that, you got to turn the water completely off. Because if you don't, when you take that valve stem out, it's coming out, buddy.
Yeah.
like on TV.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like I said, I took, got that all done. Because first thing I did was like, I'm trying to figure out what the hell was going on. So I shut the water off, disconnected my the water lines from the shutoff valves, and disconnected the drain on the sink, pulled the whole sink back off. It's like, okay, took my water lines off the faucet, hooked them back up, and went in the kitchen, got me a bowl and everything, and had Crystal help me. I'm sitting there holding the water line. She's holding the bowl, and I turned the valve on. Man, there was a whole bunch of crap coming out of the water, with the water. I'm just coming out brown at some point, and I had some black specks and everything in it.
Look like black pepper, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
baby, get the salt. Get a tomato.
so wound up flushing the lines like that a few times. Then take them back off the shutoff valves, hook them back up to the faucet, drop the sink back down, hook the water lines back up, hook the drain and everything back up, turn it back on, and clean that filter and everything. Like it still wasn't wanting to work. I took the nozzle and everything off, turned the water, opened up the faucet, everything was working fine. So okay, it's a damn little filter thing there on the very end, the little sprayer. So I got that all taken apart, cleaned out, and actually, you'll never believe what I used for cleaning it with.
Cleaning what, the outside or the inside?
The inside of that little thing.
What is that? Oh, torch tip. I heard them. Torch tip cleaner.
Yep, torch tip cleaner. I took it all apart and used that. I mean, hey, that works perfect for getting them little openings. So they work good on just about. It don't have to be a torch tip. You have to be cleaning out. Yep.
These are Holberts.
Yep.
I couldn't find my pair. I didn't lose them. I couldn't find them. My set of torch tip cleaners, I use these on carburetors and printed circuit boards. And because sometimes you order a part and the leads are a little bit thicker.
Yep.
On the part you ordered than what came with the board, like for bigger wattage resistor or whatever. The leads will be thicker. So I just use a little files on here and file out the hole a little bit, and it doesn't mess up the traces.
Right.
Circuit board. So anyway, I misplaced mine. I couldn't find it. I guess I wasn't looking hard enough because it was right in front of my face. If it had been a snake, it'd have bit me. And snake. So I was at Tractor Supply. I was over there and I said, hey, that's what I need. I remembered it. I was in the welding aisle for something. Me and Johnny was looking there for a rosebud tip. He lost his rosebud tip. As soon as he got back to the shop and put the rosebud tip on, there was the other one laying in the tray on the torch rack. Yeah. I said, you call yourself looking for it, huh? He said, what about you with your torch tip? And I said, well, I ain't found them yet.
Hey, that's just like, someone goes, they go like this. Hey, I'm having problems trying to find my phone. Can you call me?
Yeah, they got a video out on that. And it was a true story. It was a true story.
It was like one person that said they couldn't find their phone in the car, so they had their phone out with the flashlight looking for it.
Or use their phone to call it, and they're
Yeah.
using that cell phone to call their cell phone in their hand.
Yeah. But talking about something like that, it's always, whenever I'm looking for something, it's like, okay, I think I know where it's at and everything. I'm going to look for it. I can't find it. So then a couple of days later, I'm not even looking for it. It's like, oh, there it is. That's usually
right,
the way things work out. If you're not looking for it, it'll all of a sudden you'll see it and it'll say, "Here I am."
Mm-hmm. That's right, Patrick. Paint guns too. The needles on needle orifices on paint guns.
Yep, I've used that many a times.
Especially airless sprayers. The one with the little motor on it. That pumps from the 5-gallon can of paint or whatever you got on it. Yeah, those airless, man. That's the bee's knees there too.
Yep. All I know is that for me, I've been doing that spraying out in the yard to kill the weeds and everything. So I got my regular 2,4-D out, and I got some surfactant and got that all mixed up. And I'm going, I'm telling Crystal, says, I know I got this other. It's called Tordon. I got that from Tractor Supply. It's another type of weed killer. It doesn't kill the grass; it just kills the weeds. And I was like, I know I wound up buying some of that. Kept looking, could never find it. And then, like yesterday, it's like walking by something. I kind of looked over. It's like, is that what I'm thinking? Damn it! There's my damn Tordon. I showed it to her. She goes, "How the hell did you get there?" I said, "I got no idea." But I went up my spot and wasn't even thinking about looking at. But that's some good stuff to get from Tractor Supply for killing weeds. It's got picloram in it. But it's another, it's picloram and 2,4-D. I know a lot of people, they like going with that, all natural weed killer. Some people will mix up like vinegar, the salt, Epsom salt, like Dawn dish soap and water and stuff like that, and they'll get out there and spray. The only drawback to that is it will kill grass also. That's the only drawback to that. It kills all kinds of vegetation. But the stuff I go to Tractor Supply and get, it's called Amine 400, AMINE. You got the LV 400 also. There's different brands. I mean, you can go to Tractor Supply, and if you got some kind of a like Atwoods, or probably up north, probably like a Menards, like a hunting, the ranch, like a ranch, farm and ranch store. Hell, even at your local feed store. Probably go around and buy, some kind of a different style of a weed killer. But the main thing you're going to be looking for is it's 2,4-D, and it's different. It's a type of salt that you get mixed up, and you got to use surfactant, which a lot of people get. You can buy that, or you can get like, go down to Dollar Tree and get some dish soap, just some odd brand name. Mix it with the water, put it in a sprayer, and we got trouble.
Yeah.
It's my kind of trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, boo. Yes, this knitting machine, literally, I was able to move it twice as fast.
Damn.
Did I stop or did you?
What?
Your
For
camera
a
froze?
second, it said it. Yeah.
Oh, that was probably you, because I heard a little notification, a little ding on your end.
Yeah.
No, I was able to move it almost twice as fast as when I first got it in. So it's working great.
Good cleaning and some lithium grease sure helped out a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm working on the last of the mandala cake. Those are almost 600 yards. I can normally get 2 hats out of them. I may get a third out of it because this is going, and I shortened 1 hat. So I may get a third one out of this.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, someone's a happy hooker. Actually, let me rephrase that. Someone's a happy, naughty hooker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Naughty
Knitting,
hooker. Yeah, naughty. Tie knots in the yarn to splice it together.
Well,
That-
no, it's the fact
knitting
that
is naughty, KNOTTY,
right.
and crochet hooker
Yeah.
because you have a hook.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm explaining for the people in chat that don't know. It might take that
Oh,
the
okay.
wrong way.
Yeah.
We were talking about that beeswax earlier. There used to be, and I think they still do it. I hadn't seen it lately. There used to be a glue on circuit boards. They would hold like big parts. it would glue it to the board, and that way that big part couldn't move in a vibration condition, you know, in a truck, 18-wheelers and whatever. Well, that glue all of a sudden gets hard and it turns brown and it gets corrosive. It will corrode hand side. That's that backbone.
No, just some beeswax balm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
It's,
because we were talking about some backbone earlier in the
Yeah,
comments.
but it's
Yeah.
sold on campus
Shout
at my
out,
daughter's school. So
So
yeah.
that glue would get hard and it was corrosive when it would dry. I mean, cure real hard. It would turn brown and get corrosive, eat up parts. On the board, it was supposed to be holding the train.
Yeah. I got Ed blowing his horn over here right now. I
I'll
don't know where my deal is.
I'll
Here
admit
too.
his stream last night was cool.
Yeah.
Bar a few comments.
So
Yeah.
that glue will get conductive also. And I'm just wondering about this Carmex. I wonder if that's not, because if you use it and it gets conductive, then you're hot and your ground short out on your light bulb, on your in your sockets on your vehicle. You know, your little parking lights or signal light.
You've got
I
the
don't know if
little
that stuff would get conductive.
Carmex pin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Carmex is petroleum jelly
Mm-hmm.
that
Hey, Sugar Daddy.
has a few things added to it. When you put it on your lips, it burns. It's got a menthol additive to it. Hi, Sugar Daddy, and a couple
Sugar
other
Daddy.
things. That's why it's not not
I got-
loose. It's not as loose as it is in Vaseline. When you buy the jars, buy the tub of Vaseline. I would not try that.
What?
I would not try that in your circuit boards.
No. I was talking about the glue in circuit boards. This, I was wondering, Briggs was saying that he uses bag balm for his, your turn signal lights and side marker lights
Yeah.
on your vehicle. And
Oh,
it's just like you're supposed to use lithium grease. And Briggs said he uses bag balm, which is like a beeswax or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of. And I just did a conductive test on this, but this is fresh. It's not old. I guess if it gets old, it don't do it neither. But it didn't even register a millionth of an ohm, which my meter goes down that far.
I wouldn't try it unless you want to sit it in the window and let it dry out and then see if it's conductive. But as it is right now, it's got a lot of moisture in it.
Well, I know that what you use on headlights and any of the bulbs or any kind of electrical connector on a car, they actually have something that's called dielectric grease, and that's designed for that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Not lithium, dielectric.
Yeah, it's dielectric grease.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I was wondering if the Dollar Tree would handle in little bitty tubes.
That I don't know. They might, but like I
Give me a
said,
second. We'll find out.
the dielectric grease, yeah, that's what you use for electrical connectors, on
For the
cars.
light bulbs, turn signals, yeah.
Yeah,
I always say it's lithium, but I always get it wrong. I never can remember dielectric. Electric, lithium,
right.
dielectric, lithium, yeah.
Well, I know they even say using it on putting it on the spark plugs. When
Yeah,
you go
on
to
the boot, right in the boot, on the tip of the spark plug, yep.
And that's what helps do that. I know that.
Teaching the boots from freezing corroding to the spark plug. That's
Right.
for people that change their spark plugs every 150,000 miles, bro.
Right. But I do know that you're supposed to
Hey,
put
Boo.
that.
No result for dielectric. Okay.
And then it tells me summer fun, kitchen, dining, floral supplies, all that fun stuff.
But now I do know that on spark plugs, you're supposed to use that anti-seize on the threads.
I never did.
It helps like when you go to change them out, later. Of course, now it also helps when you go to put plugs in, make sure you got them tightened up before someone drives a truck back to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what happened?
Nope, I'm good. Don't even.
Well,
And I mean, don't.
I already can guess.
No, I don't think you can.
Oh,
But that was a fun, exciting day.
Yeah.
And not just for me.
I got an extra day's sleep. Dad wasn't happy.
Well, nothing
oh
you
that
can do
happened a
about it.
long time ago then.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was when I was first moving down here. Stayed the weekend. They changed out plugs. Plugs didn't get tightened enough. And one of them went bouncy, bouncy, bouncy down the road as I'm driving.
Damn. Did
Just
you check
one.
engine light come on?
80, what is that, 83? 85.
What?
Miles an
Did you-
hour or highway?
The truck.
I got no idea what your
It's a late 80s, early 90s GMC.
They
Hey,
had
back
check
when-
engine lights back then.
Yeah, it didn't come on. I heard a whoop, click,
Hey, backwoods.
and then when you run it with a misfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a big time misfire, really noisy, and she got lucky that the plug wire didn't get destroyed.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
But we
Yeah.
had new plug wires.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the fact is that it didn't rip the boot or anything.
Yeah.
And there's no telling where that plug went to.
No, because I was doing a good 70.
Yeah. And
And
we found what about 4 others that were not even tight?
yeah. So yeah, that was not fun.
No.
'Cause
And mind you,
I
it was like someone said, "Oh, I know how to work on cars."
that stop right there.
Yeah. But got it fixed.
home.
Luckily, the parts house had replacement plugs.
And we only needed the one.
Yep. I think we got what, 2 of them, just in
Yeah.
case.
The other one's still in the truck, from what I know.
Yep. But yeah, instead of her going back on a Sunday, she wound up going back on a Monday.
I hate that traffic.
Yeah. Just because you don't have to keep going through it anymore.
True. Dang it, lost my yarn.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You'll find it.
oh yeah, I'm already back past that stitch I was trying to do when I dropped it.
Ah.
This is one of the simplest patterns out there. And once you get started, I don't have to look at it. And I know Missy, once she gets going on this pattern, that's it, it's done.
In other words, that's the kind of pattern so simple you could be doing it with your eyes closed while sleeping.
This is one of the ones you could do.
Man, what kind is it?
What, a granny square?
Yep. It's the granny square.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missy can fly through that. You're right.
Yeah. I'm not even halfway through this, and this is my second skein.
Damn.
We were selling watermelons one year. Actually, it was the first year we were selling them. We were set up at Rocky's Cajun Kitchen restaurant, and they had a big oak tree right there, and there was a veterinarian business next door. They had a huge oak tree there, so we parked on. He said, "Yeah, just go ahead and park under the oak tree right there, and put your signs out." I'm like, "Okay, thank you, Rocky." I said, "Here, by the way, here." I gave him a big old 30-pound watermelon. He was like, "Oh man, thank you." I said, "Now that's for you to do what you want with. You can share it with the crew. If you want to take it home, that's fine. Tomorrow, though, you keep that one. I'm going to bring one in for everybody, the whole restaurant, workers." He's like, "That'll be fine, no problem. Park here as much as you like." Oh, yeah. You're liking them big old free $12 watermelon. Anyway,
Missy just sat there working on a blanket.
Missy was shelling some purple hulls. We bought a bag of dried purple hulls, in the hulls. And she was on a cell phone, and she was shelling purple hulls with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
And these three older women came by, and they were in the restaurant, and they saw we were selling watermelons. They came and talked to us, and they like, Agnes, look at that. She's shelling purple hull with one hand. I'm like, "What, you can't do that?" She said, "No, I have enough trouble with two hands, much less one."
Yeah. And this is one that I literally am not looking at it. The only thing, and there I go. It's
Yeah. Oh yeah. She crochets without something like that. Not something that you have to count and kind of keep track of.
yeah.
But
I've
I
got this.
think she's looking at somebody or talking and counting at the same time. I
see, I've
swear
got-
she does.
Okay. Sorry, I'm using the light. There was a hair or string hanging off this. Yep, I got one of my hairs in it. But yeah,
Oh.
this and I do without counting. As soon as I get done with brown, it goes back to this cream and then that blue. And then I grab
Yeah,
another.
that's that. She just finished a pattern like that not long ago.
Yeah, it's a shawl.
Yeah.
But the bottom point down here that I've got by my chin is what goes down the middle of your back.
Right.
Y'all guys have seen my black and white one that I wear. That same pattern. It's just that's made with a 6-weight or really thick yarn, and that's made with a 4.
I've had an oil filter come loose on me one time.
Yeah.
I sure did. And I tightened it with a filter wrench, regular filter wrench.
Dad had one. He hand
$8
tightened.
wrench. And
Hand
then
tightened,
from
and then you
then
put
on,
both
I
of them.
hand tightened it. I get them to where it's snug, like it says,
Yeah.
and do a quarter turn or whatever. I go a half a turn. But I got my gasket O-ring on the filter oiled up. I don't never put them on dry, oil them up. And I tighten them like, 3/8 to half a turn after it's snug with my hand. No wrench. And I've never had one come loose by hand.
No.
With that filter wrench, it came loose. I don't know how, because I know I kind of torque up on them a little bit, just, for that not to happen.
Yeah. Well, Dad used to put them on hand tight, and before they started making the filter wrenches, he would get he had a belt, just an old belt.
Mm-hmm.
Threaded it through, popped it up there, and then he wrapped it around a big crescent wrench.
There you go.
And then he pulled it the other and torqued it the other way.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He called it rednecking, and I'm like, yeah.
He could have did the same thing with his hands, because I'm pretty sure your dad was a pretty good sized fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wore a 14 on his wedding ring.
That's not big at all. The shorts are 14 and not an 18?
Boo, I wear a 10, and a men's 10 and a women's 10. The only difference is this is a women's 11. The only difference in this and a men's 11 is the band is thicker.
Yep.
But that's an 11 on me. I wear a 10 here. He wore a 14.
I thought I wore a 12 or a 13.
But he wore a 14. His hands were thin. His wrist was almost twice as big as mine.
But he had thin hands, thin fingers. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, they
No.
weren't thin, but they were small for his size.
Oh, okay.
Dad Dad worked on rigs for years.
Yeah, and up like this for me, on my hand, last time I had it measured, it was like 10 and a half.
I bought you a 13 and you can't wear it.
I know that I got that one that I wound up getting. It was a size 12 and it barely fit.
The one with the red?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought you a 13 and you can't wear it. So
Depends upon how they measured it.
That's what I mean. I could swear I wear a 12 or 13. But
Well-
I'm pretty sure Mater's fingers are a little bigger around than mine. A little thicker.
yeah, I've been cold, so normally my 11 fits here, and I can't fit it here on my right hand. But I've been cold, so the blood and circulation is going away, so I can wear an 11.
Now, I thought that train was way down the track blowing the horn and heading this way. Oh, he is. Okay.
But
What's up,
But
Ben?
I hear the train.
Hi, Nancy.
No, when he was blowing the horn earlier, he passed. No. But damn, that's two trains, one behind the other. I'll be down.
whoop, whoop.
You're getting a lot of Ed tonight.
Eddie
Eddie will
Lowe, gotta go.
visit.
Yeah, because there was a train passing when I heard the horn. I heard that other horn, so that's two trains behind each other. Wow, I never seen that before.
Oh,
I
now
used to
you
see it
know.
all the time.
Hey, Renegade.
Hi, Renegade.
I mean, I'm
I-
glad they go in the same way, you know.
Hey, Renegade. You feeling better tonight? Because I know you were under the weather yesterday.
Hey, Renegade. Oh, wait, did I miss it yesterday?
What?
Renegade
live.
Nope.
live stream.
No.
Oh,
He-
see, I wasn't
he-
even thinking. Well, I wasn't even here, was
He
Most
didn't
of
do
the
one
day.
yesterday.
I? Yeah,
He-
most of
he-
the day I wasn't here.
He didn't do one yesterday because he's not feeling good. His blood
That's why-
sugar's
That's
Kicking
why I
his
didn't
butt
stay on
now.
with Ed. He said, I sent you a link. And, I didn't even jump on. I got off not long. He said, I sent you a link, Boudreaux or Cajun, because I got this TV. I need to get off of this table and get this table picked up before it gets out of hand like it did one time. But as soon as this TV's coming off, there's another 50-inch going on it. I got a guy bringing me some LED lights, the little brand new, the little bulbs, LED cells
Yeah.
that fit that 50-inch TV. That's all that's wrong with it. There's a couple of LEDs are out on it, and they in series. And once one goes out or shorts out, it shuts the TV down. The TV
Damn.
comes on for 2 seconds, and then it goes off. But you can still see with a flashlight on the screen. You can still see everything. So the backlights are out, and that's a 50-inch TV. I
Are
would
you
make a
running
nice,
high or low, Renegade?
nice wall monitor up here.
Oh, I hope you get to feeling better, Renegade.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Hey, dancing. Where's my tweezers? Oh, here they are.
I got
Oh,
no
yeah,
idea where you lost them at. I'm not over there.
Ow. That hurt. I was clipping my nails earlier, and I don't know how I got that little skin tag. A little
Oof.
piece of skin that was just hanging. Now, I tried to get it with one tooth,
Nah.
and I got these tweezers, my electronic tweezers. I grabbed that sucker and out. Beep.
Boo.
What is that? Oh, them little plier scissors.
little bitty scissors from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I take these because I've got the way one of my fingers grows. When I cut it, I get a hangnail every time.
Mm.
So I'll go trim it down with those, and I'll take some skin off, and I don't end up shredding my skin.
I shall return. I gotta go clean on the dog.
All right. Hey, Dancing, check your email.
Yeah, I hope you're better, Renegade. I'd like to see you on Friday.
Not really.
No,
Nope.
that
That did not get resolved.
nope. The only thing is, if that happens again with fat fingers, they will be completely uninvited anymore. But we'll see.
Yep. I mean, that's the one thing about, you know, you know, we're both agreeing is the fact is that, yeah, it's more than just fat fingers doing that.
Yeah, and he didn't like me because I confronted him and said, "What the heck did I personally do to you?"
Yep.
He had no answer. So,
And of course, I confronted somebody else last night, something else.
yeah.
And it's like, I never said that.
Yeah, but that one's a special case. Literally, he is a special case because he at one time did put out a video that was my journey with autism or my autism journey.
Right.
So, now, if he still has it, don't know, don't care.
Right. But it's the simple fact is, you know, he said I said something like, nope. That was something that was taken totally out of context and heard the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, not going to say who it is that I'm talking about.
And that's the end of last night's stream that we're gonna leave alone. Because I have respect for the host and I want to leave it there.
Yep. But hopefully we can get everything worked out. It'd be nice.
No, it's that person pops up, I'm back, I'm out. I don't care. He can time me out, do whatever he wants, because I'm not going to be on the stream if he's in chat if he's there.
Yep.
Go back to what I was doing. What was it, 2 months ago?
Oh, you fixed it.
Yep. And
Hi,
I'll
Missy.
probably,
That's what she
I'll
meant.
probably
Crystal said hi, Missy.
Hi.
I'll probably wind up doing the same thing, unfortunately, because like I'm not going to be around someone who wants to be like that.
But anyway, so next topic.
I don't know what anybody want to talk about. I mean, that's the thing, you know. Those in the chat and everything, they got to bring up something. That way, we got something good to talk about.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on this to charge up for me to finish off that.
Well,
And see how it works.
I don't know if you finished that story about the sink. You got the sink and the connections hooked up, and then it clogged up real fast. Did you get that eventually all blowed out?
Yeah.
And the sink working?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I wound up using the tip cleaner to get that.
Yeah, but that's the last thing that we talked about, and
Then
it
I
never
showed
got
up.
it never got to the end of it where everything's coming out perfect at deposits.
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
think that.
Good.
So you got the vanity screw to the wall, a couple of screws on the top.
No, I hadn't got that far yet because when I was taking it all apart, the water, had dripped down on that very bottom. So it got the wood and everything wet. So in order for me to have room, I had to take the doors and everything off. So, but with that wood getting wet, it's like, nope, leave the doors off, leave everything alone, let it dry. I'm gonna go back over it with some more of that
Paste wax.
paste wax to get it all sealed up. That way, it's waterproof.
There you go.
So, and I figure I'd get that done probably tomorrow. That way, it gives it enough time to really dry out real good. I might be able to go back in there tonight and do it, but hey, give it a better chance of drying. But I'll get that done. That's it. I'll put some of that paste wax down on the bottom and get the doors put back on. And then, but before doing that, get that sink anchored down, and of course get the vanity itself anchored to the wall. Of course, that's not going to be any big deal there.
I think once you anchor it to the wall, it'll steady the sink a lot where you won't need a lot of anchorage on it.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it's not like your mom's putting a lot of, hey, Gleason, putting a lot
Hey,
of pressure
Gleason.
on it when she stands up.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll just see how it is. I mean, if I have to, I'll use the anchors and everything to
Yeah.
better hold the sink down. But that's just one bridge we'll cross when we get there.
Yep, mañana.
Yep. So how you doing tonight, Gleason?
Yeah, what's crack-a-lacking?
Hey, Gage, you got a way of getting a hold of Jungle Bob, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you got his number or email or what?
I know I got his email. I might have his number, but it's in my other phone. But why, you
Well,
want me to-
I was going to say, once you send him an email, find out what he's doing. That way, get him up in here.
Okay. Let's see if I got his number in this phone.
I don't think I've got his email. I don't have a way of contacting him.
I thought we did because I thought we got stickers from him.
I have to go there and look.
Good. Good, Gleason. I'm glad you got one that works.
That's good. Yeah. I just curious
Oh, excuse me.
what happened on that Toro
Kohler.
mower. Yeah, with that Kohler Discourage 18. I just kind of curious about that. You know, what's real funny is I wound up seeing a video by Terrell. And Renegade Show that had to get postponed due to unforeseen circumstances.
On their end.
Yeah. But hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
But yeah, I know that Terrell, he wound up doing a video talking about the Discourage engine and everything, with everything that can and will go wrong with them.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Well, Gleason, you know we're going to be helping you come out of that on the other side in good shape. So it'll be a lot easier on you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, his back's been, it goes in and out, and it's sciatic, and it's been going out more lately than not, you know. So,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, yeah, I see a couple of crochet channels in here.
Yep. Miss Mary comes in. She drops by.
I got some information for Sarah's little corner or something like that.
Yeah, Sarah for the crochet world.
Speaking of which, yeah, where is our crazy Canadian?
Yeah, the crazy Canadian. Canadian.
Is she in here lurking somewhere?
Well, the crazy Canadian told me if she was in here, it would be just listening as she's getting groceries. And she said she was looking at a backpack on her back, on the front, and a couple of big bags. Her big bags made her. You've seen those.
Yeah.
Grocery shopping or shopping?
Groceries.
Oh,
And
okay.
her big bags are about 4 foot square, and they're about a good foot deep.
Damn.
Boo. She can put my 1 pound yarn that I have set aside for my
Oh, I thought we was talking about groceries.
yeah, she can put these. She can put about 30 of those in one of her bags.
So that's groceries shopping to her?
No,
Yep.
but her bags are this big. It'll
But, yeah.
hold about 30 of these.
But what he's asking is she's actually going to get groceries at the grocery store.
No, yeah, she was making a list last night when we were talking.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, Raging, Cajun. Yeah, I got some information for, anyhow. I found out by accident.
I'll send it
I
my
mean,
way.
I knew it to begin with. I just didn't know it worked that good. I forgot how it worked that good.
What?
Next time I see her, I'll give her the information.
All right.
If you wanna email Mater, I can
No,
call.
no. Just while she's in chat, listening, I'll tell her.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
she
I
doesn't have to come up.
I can message her. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've got her on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, if you'll send it to Mater through his email, I'll send it to her. Hey, 6%.
Hey, 6%.
No, just send her a message saying, "Hey, come on up. Boo's got some info for us."
6%. I was going to have someone, come up and everything, but unfortunately, they had to back out at the last minute on their end. Something came up, so they weren't able to come in. This is the special guest and everything that I've been working on, and so it looks like it might be 2 weeks from tonight.
Hmm.
But they're talking about them coming in and maybe a couple of other people also. So basically, it's going to be a special panel stream. It's not going to be the normal panel. It's no big deal. I mean, got to go with what I've got, and like I said, unfortunately, they were not able to at the last minute. They had something come up. I'm going, okay. But I guarantee you the one thing, and when they do show up, you're going to be surprised. No problem. I wish I could have stayed longer, but hey, I got to do my own stream at 7. Y'all come on at 6 and everything. It's like, I can only hang around for so long. By the way, how's that scrambler coming along?
Yep, Miss Missy's in the background there. There's Jungle Bob. What's up, Mon ami?
Hey, Jungle Bob, I was just talking about you. I guess
Yeah.
them ears are burning, huh?
Use that link I sent
Hey,
you.
Jungle Bob.
Yep.
Yeah, I sent her a message. So we'll see
So
if
we're
she
gonna-
can come in or not.
So it won't be that much longer. We'll be invaded by a crazy Canadian.
It's possible.
All right.
Uh,
All right. So he can't come up. Hey,
Yeah.
Jungle Bob. My question and everything is, what was the end result working on that Toro with that Discourage 18?
oh,
'Cause
if
I
you're
was-
falling asleep, Gleason, go ahead.
Yeah.
We completely understand.
That's good, 6%.
Yay. Yeah, I sent her a message, said if she's in chat to put something up there tonight. But
Yep.
I don't know.
Hey, Tarek,
What's up, Terry?
long
Hi,
time
Tarek.
no see.
What's up, Mona Me?
We got Jungle Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Um,
Jace, Missy.
But the reason I was talking, talking about that is because I still got this Kohler, what I call the Kohler Discourage 19. And when this thing came apart, that's what's left of one of the pieces and everything for the connecting rod.
That's the end cap for it.
Yeah, no, that's not the end cup. That's the side of it. Because there's the bolt. Yeah, that's the bolt.
Oh,
for
the bolt is in that hole right there?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's the other part of it. Yeah.
yeah, that's not the end of it. I mean, I've got
Oh, shush, Raging.
Yeah, it's supposed to be some weather coming through. I heard about that too. Man, I'm like, oh boy. Today was nice outside, but it was a little cool, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
t-shirt
that-
weather, but if you was just sitting like in the shade, you could have put a long sleeve on. You know.
I would have been wrapped up.
But all right, I'm gonna make myself big that way I can show all this here. Just
Came
some
out
of it.
fine, just valve cover, gasket, and a couple of muffler bolts. Put lock washers and engine bolts, new blades in service.
Yep, that's good.
Hey, you got one that works.
But hey, Jungle Bob,
Hi, Ray.
here's part of one of the deals that hold that counterbalance. As you can tell, the ears are broke off on it.
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah,
ears-
Tarek, I sure did. I made a video on it, Tarek.
Yep. And Jungle Bob, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this one right here, the bolt is, been taken out. This one here, the bolt broke off inside of there. You got one that's on the top, one that's on the bottom of that counter balance. And I know I showed it the other day.
And I appreciate it very much, Tarek.
But there's the hole on the side of the block where stuff came through.
Oh, you got a little wiggly worm. Look, bait, fish bait.
Yeah.
Let me go get my license so I can go.
I got a shortened connecting rod for it. Does that tell you how much damage was done when that much of the connecting rod's gone?
Yeah, you can modify that one for a racing engine.
Not even.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was Ray when it blew up, and he was 20 foot away,
Something like that.
and
But-
he's looking for the bomb that hit the ground.
But I don't know if you can tell or not, but that's one of the
That's bent.
yeah, that's for the cam gear. That's one of them.
Exactly, Ray. Shaking my head.
Oh, that's nothing. Look at that one.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. And mind you, that thing was just sitting there idling when it let go. I mean, literally, it was just sitting idling.
You ready to go back down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob said he's glad they changed the design.
Yeah. But that was the one thing about with that one is that
Her.
I forget how many. Damn, just a little bit north of us. But
I'm going.
yep. But yeah, I forget how many years I had that one. Had just done an oil change on it. The only thing I wound up having to do, A710.
Hey,
let's see, had changed out the carburetor on it because they had a different modification for it with the that shutoff valve. So I wound up doing that, and I just brought it over to do the mowing, and the battery was a little bit low on it. I was sitting out there mowing, hit tall, thick chunk of that Johnson grass, killed the engine. Went to restart it, wouldn't start. So I just brought the truck around, got the jumper cables out, got them hooked up to the mower, got it started, unhooked them, put the seat back down. By the time I got over to the bed of the truck to put the jumper cables in, all of a sudden I heard the weird noise, and next thing I know, it just shuts off, and I see smoke. I go over, and I'm seeing oil coming out the side of it. And that was all the damage, and that was just sitting there idling. And when I talked to the lawnmower play shop down in Corsicana, I told him what engine I had. He goes, "Good idea, bad design." He said, "Don't even worry about trying to find another one because those ain't even worth it." And I asked him, says, "Well, what else can I put on there?" He told me of a different engine. I go, "How much?" I think he was saying about $1,400.
I
Yeah.
would have bought a new mower, which you can get
No.
a lawnmower for about $300 at Walmart. Nice little gas propelled.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a riding mower.
Yeah, and I was a running mower
Yeah.
that I cooked.
Yeah, but that was the thing about it. Yeah, I agree, Jungle Bob. Yeah, because those things, that's why they call them discourage. Yeah, right, 710. Cajun, he likes to barbecue his mowers with propane.
Yeah, with a crawfish burner.
Hey, Ray. But
Actually, it wasn't the burner. You know, the burner wasn't far from the mower, but it wasn't the burner. Yeah, the fire came up from the burner to the propane tank and then caught on fire, burst in flames. Yeah, and shooting out a jet of flames just like an oil well does out the ground, but this one's going sideways at my riding mower.
Yep.
With an Intech, Briggs Intech. I mean, IC engine. Yeah,
Yeah.
Intech IC. You know, cast iron sleeve. Cast iron sleeve. Industrial commercial. Industrial, not Intech. Industrial commercial, not Intech.
But yeah, that's, when that guy told me it was going to be, $1,300-$1,400 just for another engine, I'm going, damn, that's about the same price I can go buy, another riding mower. If not, I was looking, around $1,000 for one. I'm going, that's just too much money right now.
I think it was a Craftsman, but you can't tell, the color's all gone anyway.
Yeah.
You can't tell if it was green or red.
Yep. But later on, about 3 years ago, that's when they had that deal at for Harbor Freight. They had that coupon that was messed up and everything.
Yeah, you got a good deal on that.
Yeah, because that when they still had the 708, that was like $1,000, and I jumped at it when they had it for $699, and it's like, yeah, I got that 708 for $699. I put it on there. That thing's got a lot of power, and unfortunately, Harbor Freight's discontinued that motor. So if you ever found one, better jumped on it. Ah,
Oh, I think he's talking about, yeah. I was in a live stream with Tom Dolby and them, and the Lawnmower Detectives,
Yeah.
And who else was in there? I think Younger Bob, yeah, he was in the chat and the comments. I don't know if he was on the panel or not. He might have been. But it was funny because Missy was in the house and the camera was on. I mean, everything was on. All I did was get up to go light the fire to get the water to boil. And that's when
Yeah.
all that happened. 15 minutes later, and then Missy's jumping up and down in the house in the camera, right in front of the camera. Hey, turn the water on. Get the water hose. Can't do nothing with a water hose.
No.
No, you get flour and you start throwing it, and that
What?
shuts down.
With a 10-foot torch of flame coming out of a propane bottle?
No, but that'll cut off the crawfish boil, and you can hope. And you do.
No, it wasn't. No, I didn't even. The water wasn't even boiling.
I know, but it came from the burner where you were going
It
to
came
boil
the
the
hose.
crawfish.
It had a leak in the hose,
Yep.
and the gas is lighter than air, so it was hanging around at the bottom, and the flame caught that gas, ran up the hose to the regulator, burnt the regulator to a crisp. That's why it was such a big flame coming out of the propane bottle.
Yep. All you can do is sit there and let that burn.
There ain't nothing you can do except for turning the valve off, which the fire department, they did that. He had the special personal equipment, big thick gloves and a fire coat. And he went to the tank, he just turned it off like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Renegade, yeah, I've got the riding mower still. But shut up, Ed. Damn. Being noisy tonight. But anyways, let's see.
She's behaving tonight.
I'm talking about the engineer letting the blow his horn.
The other one's behaving.
Not is he doing it here, he's doing it over there where Cajun's at.
Yeah, I had a riding mower, Renegade. And yeah, Ray of Sunshine, it happened on the live stream.
Yeah.
But with mine, let's see, I've got probably both spindles. Now, I got probably at least one spindle's got to get replaced on it because I was mowing with it. And that actually happened like right, I think all that damage and everything happened like right after I got that push mower. And I know I got one of the spindles that's messed up on it because I went up mowing in the back alleyway and didn't see a big old chunk of concrete sticking up. Hit that. And
that would do it.
Yeah. So only one side of the mower deck is wanting to work. And that was one of the spindles I wound up replacing on there. So that was money I wound up. So I don't know what else I got. I know tires on there are totally shot. What? Slightly used head gasket. But the hole's right here, Bob. That's right where the hole is. And there's no cracks in the side of the block. And all the bolts all the way around the top were tight.
Yeah, you lost oil pressure or something somewhere.
But it had oil. It had plenty of oil in it.
Something happened. Something made it let go.
Yep.
Did it over rev? Did you lose your governor?
It was idling.
Oh.
It was just sitting there at idle.
It just
damn, and it made a hole in the block out of idle?
Yep.
Damn.
All that damage you see was from when it was just sitting there idling.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, now, I know I make a lot of jokes about the discourage. I do it, but they actually are good engines, okay? Because I've maintained those engines that were brought in the shop, and I told the owner, about that. I said, look, you see these boats, and all? I said, please make sure they tight. You know, you don't need a torque wrench. Just make sure they tight. And if they one of them's loose, just get it to where use common sense. Just get it to where you think it's at, 120 inch-pounds or whatever. He was like, oh, okay, all right. And they never came back. Broke it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when I tore that engine down, I tore it down on a video, and all them bolts were tight, and I was surprised how much damage there was, from inside of it. But I mean, I think one of the push rods was bent. I mean, I have to double check, but I think either one was bent or neither, or I don't know if either one of them. Hell, it's been a while since I've done that video on that teardown. But yeah, that was all the damage and everything. Like I said, both the rods for the cam, both those were bent. You saw those. You saw what was left of the connecting rod. It actually broke part of the cylinder wall right there in the block.
Yeah, that little skirt that hangs off the bottom.
Yep. Now, I'm not talking about on the piston. I'm talking about the cylinder wall.
Yeah, that little skirt that hangs off the bottom of the cylinder wall. Yeah. Briggs and Stratton's have them too,
But yeah, I mean that's what really surprised me was how much damage, how much carnage there was inside of it. I mean, I seen Musty take one apart, and he was actually able to fix it, but it had a totally different style counterbalance on it. On that one, it was a 2-piece, and it had a bolt that went actually from the bottom all the way to the top, and the bolt itself had broke.
Huh. What's the last comment?
Damn.
Put a dowel pin on a Kohler Courage. Where at though?
Yeah, it's right by the starter, but I mean, Bob, like I
That's where
said,
your cracks usually develop when your bolts come loose on your sump cover, because that's the sump cover actually on top. It's reversed.
right.
That's why we call them a bucket engine. Once those bolts start coming loose there, they'll start right around that area on that side of that engine. That's the ones that'll come loose first.
Yep.
And then your other ones will start. But right there by the starter, just a little off, that's where your crack starts happening. And there was a mower that was brought in. Johnny was on the phone with the guy. The guy called Johnny up. And I wasn't at the shop at the time. I was over here doing parts work and ordering parts and stuff. I had just left the shop. And the guy, asked Johnny, he said, look, I got a Kohler engine. And it's leaking oil and stuff. And I was wondering if y'all could, Boudreaux can fix it. He was like, well, let me call him right now. So I said, he was on the other phone, his cell phone. I said, is that a Kohler Courage? If it's leaking oil, it's leaking oil out of a crack by the starter. And Johnny had the phone like that, and the guy said, yeah, how you know that? He said, Boudreaux knows them Courages, them discourages. He calls them a discourage. He's worked on too many of them. He was like, oh, okay. So he brought it over anyway, and I went back to the shop, and I met him. And sure enough, he had a crack about 6 inches long on it. It was just throwing oil out of. It was still running, though. Still running.
Yep. Well, see,
Hey,
this one,
you weld it? Johnny, you a welder? Can you weld it? No, that's cast aluminum. Sure can't.
Yep. Well, see, the thing about with this one, there's no crack in the block. The only thing it's got is that hole.
Yeah,
that,
right.
Whatever it was,
Yeah,
probably
right. I'm telling the story of what actually happened with a customer. So we did a repower on that mower. It was an Ariens 0 turn.
Oh, okay.
And the Briggs and Stratton fit right on it, plugged right up to the wires.
Yep. Well,
That's
that's
the
the thing.
I ordered for it anyway.
Right.
To
Well,
make
see, that See, that was the one thing about with the that Predator. It bolted right down, no problem, and plugged right on in. The only thing I had to do was get a longer throttle cable for it. I got that, and then since that Predator took a choke cable also, I wound up actually using the original throttle cable and use that as a choke.
There you go. Yeah.
But I think it was about $30 to get another get that longer cable for the throttle. But I got it working. I mean, like I said, the wiring hooked up straight to that mower, and that was an Ariens mower and everything.
Yeah. Arians used on their Riders and Zeros, they used the Kohler Courage. Sure did. And I was 18 or 19. I forgot. It's been 3 years ago. And we ordered him a 20 horse Briggs and Stratton. And we got the engine the next day. He said, when it'll be ready? I said, tomorrow. What? You shit me. No, I wouldn't shit you. My favorite turd. You're my best customer all day today.
But
we
like I
got
said,
it in late that afternoon, but the next day it was. Now, if I wanted to, it'd have been ready at 6 o'clock that afternoon. It'd have been ready.
but the only thing I had to do on that Predator was, the only problem I ever had with it was running really rich. And
Coming.
yeah, I know, I got it. But anyways, it always wanted to run real rich, and I'd pull that carburetor off and go through it, reset everything, and put it back on. Nothing I ever did worked right. And finally, I got tired of it, and I just ordered me another one. And it wasn't even from Harbor Freight. Found one off of eBay, put it on there, and that engine didn't, no more black smoke coming out the exhaust. Didn't run rich. It ran perfect.
Damn.
That from the factory, it just had a bad carburetor.
Yeah. Scott. Yeah. Okay. He tightened bolt, and drilled into block, into bolt, drilled into block, into bolt, and put a pin. I mean, where was the bolt at? In the block? Where in the block? What? What was it for? What was it holding? There's certain things you can do, and there's certain things that you're not supposed to do. But if he was a Kohler dealer, and it was a mod, like a modification that helped out on a Kohler, then that's a good thing. Well, stopped it from loosening up. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay, I got you.
There you go.
Doing that, all he had to do is put some red Loctite on it. It wouldn't have got loose then. You played hell getting it loose, though.
Yeah, she is.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Kitty, chitty, kitty.
Yeah. No, she's about yay big now.
Yeah.
She's about yay big.
What about?
No, that's length. I hold her rear end here and I hold her front paws here.
Yeah,
that's right, Jim. About some blue Loctite takes care of that, though.
Yeah, that's why he called it a rattler. He didn't call it a discourage. He was calling it a
rattler.
Rattler, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Red Loctite don't always work.
No,
it does. It does when you.
Some things.
It does work, but there's always that one exception to the rule.
Yep.
Well, everything's got to be clean too. You have to really clean that and brush it in some acetone, and then dip it in some alcohol, rinse it off with pure alcohol, let it dry, or regular alcohol, 50%, 60%, whatever, and let it dry. Then you put that red Loctite on there. That's doing it right. And then it's not coming out by itself.
Yep.
Yeah. If it's not shiny, you don't.
Yeah, it does, Scott. I've did it already, but with the blue Loctite. I don't own red Loctite. I did it with the blue Loctite, and it never never vibrated loose. Now, me, when I deal with alcohol on circuit boards, I use 99.9% alcohol. Whatever alcohol it is. I don't know. It's $4 for a 24 ounce. I think it's 24 ounces. Might be 32. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like $5, and that was during the pandemic. Not about 6 months into the pandemic, everybody was out of alcohol. But this is
Yeah.
99.9%, and nobody was paying $5 for a bottle of alcohol when you can get it at Walmart for 50 cents.
Yep.
But
But this is special alcohol.
the reason everybody wanted that alcohol is because that Everclear are the two alcohols that are used in CBD processing.
Yep.
They use that on the marijuana plant to make the CBD oils.
What, alcohol?
The 99.9%. Yeah.
Oh, well, they had plenty of that. That pharmacy did. They had plenty of it.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the regular 50% alcohol. They had plenty of 99. Oh, yeah. But
Yeah,
I
but-
use that on circuit boards because it doesn't have water
Yep.
in it. That's the reason electronics guys use 99. If we use 70%, which it's not hard to find, but regular
No,
is what,
70%
60%? That's the normal stuff Walmart has, 60 and 70.
Actually, it's 70 is
70?
the normal
Okay.
amount. The
Yeah, that
90
has a lot of water in it, and then
Yeah.
you gotta let it dry and all that. You gotta make sure. You don't want to
Well, we
plug
used
in
to
nothing,
buy,
then it's gonna short out in the water, especially when you got microscopic parts like I showed earlier.
Yeah, we used to buy my grandmother 95%. And then all of a sudden we went into CVS. They had 80%. Well, didn't have Walgreens, but you had no, it wasn't CVS, it was Eckerd.
Eckerd's, boy, I remember them from a long time ago.
Okay.
K&B had the best ice cream and
Nope.
cheap.
We didn't have K&B, we had TGNY.
Hey, everybody went and bought the ice cream at K&B because they sold a few groceries there too. By
Yeah,
the
but
way, at
we didn't-
K&B drugs, yeah.
We didn't have it. We had Eckerd, and we had the alcohol that was in the grocery stores, and one Liberty Drug. It was it was downtown. All of those places, we hit every store that carried alcohol in one day. I hated riding in the car with my mama after that. We hit I think it was 8 stores, and nobody had the 90%. They all were at 70, and it's like, what happened?
Yep.
Oh, the manufacturer sent us this when we ordered the 90%. They aren't making it anymore. And that was literally 2 weeks later. Eckerd became CVS. So
Yep.
that's how long it's been.
And I remember when CVS took over everything, because I was actually working for CVS at that time, and it was actually just a few months after I started working at the DC here in town
I'll be right back.
that they mentioned that they were going to be doing a takeover of all the Eckards. That all Eckards will be CVS.
Well, I remember K&B, man. They had some good ice cream. It wasn't no cheap brand ice cream. This was equal to Blue Bunny, you know. And what's the other one? What's the one in Texas? Blue Bunny?
Bluebell.
Bluebell. That's it. Now they do have Blue Bunny ice cream also. They make ice cream bars and different
Oh yeah.
confectioned ice cream. But I could almost swear that Bluebell made K&B's ice cream because it was creamy. I mean, it wasn't like icy and watery and all that. No, man, this
Bluebell,
was
only thing they make is Bluebell ice cream or anything that, any of their own product. So the other one that you're talking about now, I don't know if it was by Bluebell or not, but I don't think Bluebell makes any ice cream for anybody else.
this was years ago though, so I have no idea.
Boo. I
Oh,
told you.
look down at the itty bitty city kitty.
Oh no, she ain't itty bitty. He's a year old.
Itty bitty to me.
See if I can get her to look up. Nope.
We had one just like that.
There she goes. Put her back on my shawl. She'll be set. She'll be a happy kitty now.
2 black and white ones, and you can tell the difference. One of them had the mask like that one,
Yeah.
and I think I called her Shawit. That was her name, Shawit, because she looked like a coon with that mask. And I got pictures and videos, I think, of her with her right here on my shoulder.
That's where she rides. When it comes to
And
my son, that's
she
where she
loved it.
rides.
When she was a little bitty kitty, we bottle fed her and her brother. We bottle fed them. The
Yeah.
mama
Walked
abandoned
off.
them. And the mama abandoned them, and we found them outside while it was raining. I was outside doing something, and I heard meow, 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 and all. And there was a little cat right there in my little pile of old trashed leaf blowers, backpack leaf blowers outside of my shop. She was
No,
right there, and I'm like, oh, kitty, and got that one. The next night, we got the other kitty, the brother to it, outside, right in between my neighbor's yard and my yard.
Yeah,
And
she was the last of 4.
and we bottle fed her, and she'd stay on my shoulder. She was like that until I don't know what happened. We gave her brother away to our cousins.
Now she's gonna.
I don't
go
know
eat
what
food.
happened to the other one. She ran away or something. Somebody stole it.
I haven't had my nap today. But yeah, on my son, she rides on his shoulder. With me, I will hold her here in center of my chest, just one handed, and she just has no problem. Him, he footballs her, carries her like a baby. I don't care. It's on you, man. I'm not even going to worry about it. If you want, you do. If you do, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Harbor Freight isn't doing any sponsorships right now. I have talked directly to the person in charge of that program. Oh, okay. I'll make
If
sure.
Yeah,
know
see,
what
I'm
that
using
is.
small
I get
ice cream.
sponsored by Harbor Freight. As much of the tools I get, I'm using from them and all the videos.
Just do an affiliate link. There's a site I went to yesterday and today about looking for the repair manual for the knitting machine.
Right.
All of them said it, and I'm like 2 pages down on their instructions and stuff, and it's how to set it up and actually use it, not repair it. Says, oh, want to have an affiliate link? I'm like, swipe.
Hey, Jungle Bob. Going back to that riding mower you got. Are the blades balanced and all that on it? Everything's, perfect in the mower deck?
Now that
Because
one,
if one of the shafts or jack shafts are bent a little bit, then that blade's out of balance and all that, and all of that vibrates back through the engine.
that one blade has split in it.
I'm talking about Jungle Bob's mower.
I know, that's what I'm saying. One of them blades had a split in it.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I've seen the video. So
That's
yeah,
probably
that
why.
blade,
Yeah, I need to watch it. That's probably why
It had so much
if
vibration.
those bolts weren't loose, that's a good thing, you know.
But everything was vibrating because that one blade was split like that, so it had everything out of balance.
Yeah, buddy.
But like I said, he showed how both the bolts holding the exhaust flange to the block or to the head and everything, they were gone. They weren't even there. He got lucky. He was able to find a couple to go in there.
You know, Maynard, that's what you call super air cooled. That's all.
Nah, it don't run right if it's at that air cooled.
Oh, I know. I'm just being sarcastic, but no, Gage. And the reason why they put those pins in that, he put those pins in like that, because certain years of those Kohler Discourage, as everyone calls them, had bad threads inside the blocks, and there was no way in red Loctite or blue Loctite would not hold it down. So if you and Briggs actually had so many recalls on him, some people tried like Maynard's thread insert.
You mean
just
Kohler?
Kohler, yeah, but he tried some of those, but they had bad threads in them to where the Loctite would not keep them from loosening up. So and if you look at him, there's a little hump on the outside, and he just drilled a hole inside the block,
Yeah,
put a dowel pin in there. But he even tried the thread insert like tool like Maynard has there, and it didn't work. It just they just had bad threads in them, and that's why the Loctite didn't work on those.
We got all the service bulletins at the shop about that, and it was 2 years that happened. We got 2 service bulletins in 2 years, and they said just put blue Loctite. If it happens again, just put red Loctite. And if anything, if the engine's still under warranty, just do a warranty on it, and no problem. If
Well, most of those engines, oh, that's all. That's the only problem with that engine, is the dang bolts loosening up.
Yeah. And by the way, you're talking about my rib nut inserts. That's something totally different compared to putting the easy out helicoil. That's totally different than a helicoil.
Yeah. No, but I mean, he used either one. They just didn't work because they just were terrible build engines.
If that was a case that nothing held in, and that was a last resort thing.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it worked. He did. Matter of fact, he did one for a landscaper I know that does it as a hobby basically. He's still running that engine. As long as they stayed together, as long as they didn't loosen up, they were actually a great engine.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. That's a fact. I mean, I know I make a lot of jokes about the Kohler Courage, but they are a good engine if you can keep them together. You got to. No,
but he did that. He did that. Yeah, I saw Terrell fix 2 of them. One, he actually put in the studs. He put studs in them, like threaded rods, drilled and put a dowel pin in them, and then he put a nut on top, and then pinged the nut, and he kept that engine worked.
Yep.
That worked.
Well, I know Terrell. He wanted showing. He had a video I watched earlier, and he was talking about, like I said, that Kohler engine. And he was talking about all the different changes they wound up doing to the block, including adding extra webbing to it to stiffen it up. And then on top of that, even for how they changed the cooling fins for the head.
Yeah. It wasn't terrible. I mean, basically, if you took the flywheel off that every year and tightened down everything and put it back together, you could probably run one for 30 years. But that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, well, see, the thing about it is, no one ever told me about this engine. I never did that. I never pulled them bolts out until I did the teardown on it. and every single one of them was good and tight. They weren't loose at all. And nobody ever told me, hey, every year go in here and tighten the bolts and everything up. I never was given that.
No,
That thing
no,
lasted
and they,
for
and they,
about 4 or 5 years.
you know why they did that? You know what the whole concept of that engine was? Because too many people used to complain about having leaks in the sump gasket, so they basically eliminated the sump gasket.
Nope. Mine still got a gasket on it.
Not on the bottom, it don't. It's just got a seal. For the shaft.
Oh yeah.
That's what they had problems with the sump gasket. So by putting in that putting it at the top, but basically flipping the engine upside down is what they did. They eliminated the pump
Well, one of the
sump
biggest,
gasket.
right. Well, the other biggest problem is that they decided to go with a crankshaft that didn't have a counterbalance on it. That was the biggest design flaw on that engine, was to have the counterbalance separate from the engine. And it sat there and moved back and forth inside the block. Now, like I said, Musty, he's already did a tear down on one, and he showed where the bolt that held the two pieces of the counterbalance, which was an earlier model than what I've got, he showed it to where that bolt literally just broke, and that's what came apart on that engine. Mine was totally different. I've got a different style. So mine was a later one. And like I said, when I told that guy down there in Corsicana what engine I've got, he goes, it was a good idea, bad design. That was the biggest problem they had on those Courage engines, was the fact is that they had the counterbalance separate from the crank. He said, now if they just had a crankshaft, just your normal crankshaft with the counterbalance on it, that would probably have done away with all the problems with that engine. It probably would not have,
Oh, yeah.
we would not have had any other issues going on with that engine at all.
Oh yeah, they had their beasts. There was good things about them, bad. You would have had to literally take it apart every year, tighten all the bolts, and put it back together. It's like, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. But like I said, that's because of that design. I mean, the guy, like I said, the guy admitted, hey, it was a good idea from the get-go to try and cut down the vibration. That was the whole idea behind it, was to get rid of the vibration in the engine. But the tech and everything on it, that didn't work. And Kohler found out. I mean, they kept trying, different, ideas as far as to fix and resolve the issue that was going on with it. And Cajun, when was the last time they made that Courage engine?
I bet it's been 20 years.
How long was that thing in production?
I wouldn't even want to guess.
Well, Cajun should know.
What's that?
How many years that Courage engine was in production? Nope. What, 5 years? Oh, he's going. Oh,
Okay.
And also-
Oh, I had to get back in StreamYard to I was somewhere else. I had to get back in StreamYard to unmute myself.
It was the Courage 18.
Courage
I want to
18
say the Courage was for, I think it was a 5-year run or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
The
Maybe
Courage
that's it.
SV541. That one.
Any full of Courage, because you had 18. This one was a 19.
You had different horsepowers of them.
Yeah, I'm looking. How many years was the Kohler Courage 18 manufactured?
Well,
You just have to type in Cole and Courage because that's all.
Yeah,
They made
you
them
don't
all.
have to do horsepower, no, because once they started the Courage line, it was in all horsepowers that were available at the time. And then when they quit making all of them.
Yeah, they started in 2002.
Yeah.
Right.
Up until when?
Yeah.
I
And then
think nine maybe, I think. Or
9 or
7.
10, 9, well,
It's either 7 years or 2007 is when they quit them.
The one that came after the Courage was the Command Pro,
right.
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Oh,
in
they had
2000
that while they had the Courage too, though.
Okay, the 2008 brought the Command Pro.
Okay. Well, then, okay,
5
yeah,
years.
about 6 years, something like that. I was in the zone.
Yep, 6 or 7 years. Right. So, I mean, like I said, the thing about it is, you get into the Briggs engines, or any of the other manufacturers. I mean, they got them. Well, they're still, making that same engine after, what, 10, 15 years?
Dad had an engine that ran for over 20 years.
No. I'm talking about production wise.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about they start, say, 1970, and they could still be making them to this day.
It was the exact same engine, honey. Briggs and Stratton is still making that engine. And
Which one?
Heck if I know, it's back in the 80s.
But
They make that. She's talking the Briggs and Stratton Classic. They still make the Briggs Classic flathead. You can still buy it.
Yeah.
They're hard to find. I mean they're hard to find new on equipment. But if you want a replacement model, Briggs and Stratton Classic, so to speak, as they're called, you can still buy the Briggs Classic.
It's called the L head model, or the flathead, but they not in production, but you still can find a few new old stockings.
Right.
Believe it or not, Cajun, they still sell the flat. They call it the Briggs and Stratton Classic. If you look it up, and they still list it as the
They
Briggs
must have just
Classic.
started it because in all my Briggs
They sell it as
hotels,
a replacement engine.
catalogs
Right.
and my Briggs parts distributor, okay, which is a Briggs warehouse, Briggs and Stratton parts warehouse and engines. Okay, I'm a Briggs and Stratton dealer, and me and Johnny, and none of those engines are in our catalogs.
Oh, this is
Well,
from
what-
like
what-
88, 89.
But the point that I'm getting at is the fact is, so they only had production run for about 6 years on
Kohler, yeah, about.
five or 6 years on the Kohler Courage before they figured out, hey, this is not working. This is a piece of junk.
Right.
So somewhere towards the end, within those 3 or 4 years, they figured out, hey, we've got something bad here. We need something better because this is a piece of junk. That's why they came out with a Command engine. But that's what I'm getting at. The fact is that they realized they had a problem with it.
Right.
It was a piece of junk. That there were so many different complaints and problems with it that they just wound up saying, forget it, we got to come up with something different. But I just said a Briggs engine. I mean, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda. I'm just saying any of the other manufacturers. Look at Predator. How many years they've been having the Predator 212 in production?
A long time.
Long time. But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter the manufacturer, but there's other engines out there that are tried and true that are no problems with them that you can still go and buy to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a Briggs and Stratton. It doesn't have to be the Predator. It doesn't have to be some of these others. I know it's time to shut it down.
Yep.
So
that Greyhound was a 212. Is a 212. I mean,
I know.
that
Anyway,
Johnny's got on his woodchuck.
it's coming up
Log
on
spread.
9 o'clock. So we need to get this shut down. So since Briggs was the last one, we'll let him start it off.
Everybody stay safe. Drain your bank accounts.
Cajun, take us on out.
All right, everybody, as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Check y'all later.
Have
Blue
fun,
Top.
stay safe, stay blessed, guys.
Yep. So I appreciate everybody that's come in tonight. I was hoping, like I said, we're supposed to have had someone special up tonight, but unfortunately, they had to cancel at the last minute due to unforeseen circumstances on their end. And hopefully, in 2 weeks, we'll have a totally special panel that y'all need to stick around for. So, but I appreciate everybody that's been here tonight. So, y'all stay safe. God bless, and see y'all next week.